Alrighty, welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It's Thursday, large project Thursday, working on an inlay. Before I start, I want to say I'm sorry for last night. We didn't get a stream last night. It's about 5:30, about 2 hours before a stream. I wasn't feeling all that great. I figured I'd take a quick nap. Ended up sleeping until like 8:30. This whole past week. Today's a good day, so far at least. But don't forget to check out YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Find our streams there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, give thumbs up, all that good stuff. But we're going to go ahead and get started on our inlay here. Let me go ahead and get... Hey, why did you move on me? I want to flip over here. There we go. So, back on to doing our inlay. We're not saying who this inlay is of yet. We will announce it at the end of next Thursday stream. So we're just going to kind of work on it. We'll show a picture of it at the end of next week and say who it is. Probably won't be able to tell who it is by then. Maybe, it just depends. I was actually hoping to get a lot more done on this in the past week, but with me not feeling all that great, it's all started last week, started not feeling good, and it's been off and on. It's like some days I can go okay. Like yesterday, I ended up sleeping a good portion of the day, and then most of the same night with just cruddy sleep. So, and it figures my laptop has locked up again, and I can't see. Let's see if that'll work. Do a quickie. See if I don't have to go the long way to get it to come back up. Okay, yeah, long way it is, I guess. Come on. Alright, there we go. Hopefully I'll catch any comments now. We'll see how that works. But yeah, I actually thought I was going to be able to have this out in the count on my table here. And then when I was cutting up the rings at the end of last week, I had to put this up because I needed a place to dry all my rings. So it got put up and I didn't pull it out again until today. Honestly, about 2.5 hours ago. So I got a little bit of done on it today. I think maybe a line and a half-ish. Not a lot. I was hoping to get more done, but again, today, a little bit more done. But I also have band stuff. They're getting ready to start back up. I got the renewals for websites for them, domain and all that stuff to take care of. Update their website for the New Year stuff. And so I'm going to be pretty busy here the next couple weeks trying to get some things caught up and get ready to get back into the band groove. Marching season, which is always going to be crazy. And I locked up again. This laptop. And you know what's weird? I can watch, I don't know how many other live streams on this thing, but as soon as I try to watch my own live stream, it kaputs on me. I don't get it. Alright, let's see if that'll work this time. Because I've watched a lot of Sean's over at Mailworks on this laptop while I'm working on my own stuff, just watching his stream, and never have a problem. Now, I shouldn't say never have a problem. I do have a problem on occasion on comments on his thing too through my laptop. I don't know what it is. It's Facebook. Well, probably some of this laptop. It runs Windows 10, and this is the only thing I have that runs Windows 10, and I still don't know how to necessarily work Windows 10 and figure out all its in and outs. So, other than it keeps asking me, like every time I come to stream, first thing it asks me when I turn on the computer, let's update to 11. I haven't figured out 10 yet, dummy. Let me figure that out first. But yeah, it locked up on me again. So let's see, if I go over this way, it'll be harder to see comments, but I would see them. So I guess that would be a plus. Let's see here. Let's try to get it going this way. Comments would be right there. Okay. Hopefully I'll catch comments. since it's not going to work on here. Let me try to, can I F5 you and see if that'll help a little bit. I don't know why it keeps doing this to me, and this mouse will not work on my table. I have to keep using my shirt. It's driving me nuts. Okay, I'm gonna try to view it without, okay, let me scroll down a little bit here, maybe that'll help. Nope, won't show me comments that way either, so I guess I'm gonna have to go back. Yeah, it's every time I go to full screen, it seems like, well, not full screen, but big, where I've got the comments off to my side, is where every time I seem to go to that screen is when it gets screwed up. But it could be Facebook too, because I don't know, they always like to screw up things. Every time I get in there, something's screwy with Facebook. Hopefully, oh, I do need to double check. When I started my stream tonight, oh, I need my other mouse. I forgot to double check it. I accidentally, okay, it's not running now. I'll have to go check that. Our racing team has a YouTube channel that I'm currently running a series on. And when I went to stream tonight, I accidentally started a stream over there for that YouTube channel. So I need to make sure that didn't get too screwed up. Alright, so now we're back to counting some rings here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in red. This is the longest part of doing all this, I think. 1 black, 1 red. Getting the right counts out. Making sure you got the right rings, etc., etc. Now, let's see here. 3 black. And then black ice and black. I only put out a little bit to start with, and then I'll come back and do them again. Dark rose. 2 black. I get about 20, 26, 28 of them out, somewhere in there. 2 black. Black ice. 3 black. Black ice, 2 black. Got a lot of double stucks here lately. Got a lot of them in my reds. Got quite a few of my blacks. Drive me nuts. It takes it so much longer to have to sit there and pull them apart every single time. Dark rose and a black. We'll do a couple more here. Oh, we'll do one more. Because then we start with 7 black, and that's going to take up too much room, so we'll do these first. And it locked up again. Why? Laptop, why? Everything else will still work, but I'm just not showing live video. I could probably comment. Let me type a hi here. Can a comment work? Yeah, just not showing me video. Oh, I hate this thing. Come on. Alright, we'll give it another try. See what happens. Let's see here. I was supposed to start with 5, right? Yep, okay. Had 1 out of line. I wanted to make sure. Now this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're working on line 6 now, so let's start moving along. Like this is 90. I think it was 98 lines. So we still got a little while to work on it, but hopefully again this week I'll get some more time if I'm feeling good enough and can get all this other stuff done. Oh, it's commented and it's me, not as the Booga box. That's weird too. Just now noticed that. But I hope everybody's having a good week. Had a good week. Had a good 4th of July. We streamed a little bit on Monday. Showed my snippers that I broke. So we only did about a half an hour because I was to the point of needing to snip. So I did get in yesterday new snippers, and today I got in a jeweler's saw. Been wanting one for a while. I kept putting it off, so I went ahead and got one while I was in it. They weren't too badly priced, so I'll have some experimenting to do this weekend to try out that. But we'll have whatever we're going to do to clip our coils that we made Monday. We're going to have that for Monday, this coming Monday. It's been a hot week here, I'll tell you what. Got my hair up in ponytails right now because it's hot. Need to get a haircut. But let's try to get some music going. Like I said, here the last couple times I've streamed, even though I've been doing the same things, all of a sudden I'm starting to get dinged with music violations. They haven't said take down anything, they just monetize it for their own purposes, and it's like, I'm going to give it a few more, but if it starts becoming a problem, I guess I'm just going to have to go with no background noise, because I don't necessarily, I don't have any of my streams monetized for money or anything like that. I don't necessarily want to, but I also don't want to have it monetized for other people if I can't even monetize it myself, so, or if I'm not wanting to, so. We're going to see how it works. I think Monday's didn't, but it was kind of short. So, we'll see how tonight's goes and see if I get a ding. And it's only been through Facebook. Normally, YouTube's the one that really goes after you, but it's been Facebook here. The last 3 times, all last week, was all Facebook's. They no longer like my intro, which I've been using for well over a year, and it's actually supposed to be open music. It came with software saying you could use this for whatever you want. Obviously not anymore. So, I had to take that out. That's why my intro doesn't have anything. I'm going to try to figure out something else for it, but I used to use a lot of, there's a, I don't know what was the name of that place. I still use it. It's a music site that's got music per se on it. But it's supposed to be royalty free. A lot of it is kind of just generic computer generated music, kind of. Some of it's not, but it's all supposed to be that way. But I've been using them for years, but I'm also afraid to use them for streams. I normally use them for doing my videos for the band. If I'm doing a time lapse or something like that, I'll use that stuff. But might have to go to try it. Thing with it is, though, there have been a few that I used when I first started. When I found this place, it was about 7-8 years ago, and I've used them for quite often. But I noticed 2 years ago, was it? Maybe 3 years ago. I don't quite remember. There was a piece that I'd pulled off there, downloaded. I used it in a thing, in a time-lapse video I'd done with my drone one day. No problems with it or anything like that, but when I went to make another video, I wanted to use that same song, or music, whatever, and I didn't have it on my system anymore because it was after I'd done a reboot. It's probably on a backup hard drive, and I was like, I don't want to sit there and shuffle through and try to find it in my backup hard drives and all that. And so I just went there, and I knew that the name of it. I remember the name of it. Kind of stuck in my head. I don't know why. Some of the songs do. And I went to look it up, and it was no longer there. I did a little more research, and it had become whoever had created it and had put it for free on this place had taken it off this place so they could make money off of it on another place. So, alright, on to the next group here. So some more counting, and my stupid thing is locked up again. So I'm not seeing comments once more. Oh, it's driving me nuts. All this stuff drives me nuts in a way. I got 7. I love doing it, but it's also a headache. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Yeah, there's 7. 2 black. Oops. I just marked myself up trying to take a lid off that wasn't there. 2 black ice. Black 1. Dark rose 1. Black 1. Black ice 1. Black 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Red. 4 black. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we'll do one more red here, and then we'll go ahead and get these going. Mark that off. Then there'll be a little bit of a short group there to finish off this line, this row. But yeah, I hope everybody had a good 4th. Like I said, I don't do much for the 4th anymore. Just kind of sat here and hung out. Wasn't all feeling that great anyway. You know, I figured I'd deal with the cats. Actually, cats did pretty well. I mean, the youngest cat in the house is 10 years old, so they've gone through many 4th of Julys, but Buzz didn't want to go outside, and I don't blame him, but even later because of the smell. He doesn't like the fireworks smell. So he got stuck in for about a day and a half. He didn't care for that. Most of the weekend, he really didn't go out anyway because there were a lot of fireworks over the weekend, so he's actually outside right now. He's been wanting to hang out the last few days just because he hadn't gotten much time out. And it's been hot during the day, so I don't let him out. So when I give him the chance, he's pretty much taking it now. And he just sits outside there, though. Right around our little shed and kind of hangs out, looks over the yard. Or then he'll just sleep on the green foot mat, whatever you want to call those things, in front of the door, and he just kind of hangs out there. But the rest of them did pretty good. Marble surprised me. She came out and was roaming the house. The rest of the cats kind of wanted to hide. They weren't too bad, but so she got to come out for a little bit. But other than that, and then like I said, it's just been all weekend was on and off. And try to refresh that again. Again, if I'm not seeing your comments, guys, I am totally sorry. This Facebook thing is not working for me today properly. So now it's not even playing again on a fresh page. I keep trying to reset it, and it'll play fine. But I come back to look at it in a few moments, and it's showing me nothing. Alright. I'm going to try to mute it too, or I'm going to get back fed. Alright, we'll give it another try here. I did forget to turn on my timer, but I'm streaming so I can figure out how much time I'm spent on this. So I'm thinking running about 3.5 hours so far into this, which isn't a whole lot. I mean, being that I'm looking at roughly about 45, 48 hours, I think, is what I've estimated to do this project. But again, I hope it's going to go a lot faster than the last inlay. I mean, it's half the size, so it should go faster in a way just because of that, but time-wise, if I can get into it. Now, I do got to start getting ready for a tournament. Events starting to come back up, so I will be getting busy. Yeah, it locked up on me again. Let me out. Alright, guys, if I'm not seeing, I'm probably not going to catch comments tonight during the live stream, because I am tired of this. I don't want to sit here and do this 100,000 times through my stream. I'll have to look more into this laptop. I need to probably see if I can just put this laptop on Windows 7 too and not have to worry about it. I know it's not supported anymore, but I cannot stand 10. I've tried it and tried it. The laptop came with it. The rest of the systems were on 7. And anytime I update them, I just leave them on 7 because I do not like 10. Well, and I'm afraid some of my software for my lasers aren't going to work on 10 because some of my stuff has got some old, strange programs. Granted, most of my lasers are now being moved over to using Lightburn, because Lightburn last week came out with their version for the fiber lasers too. So I should be able to run my 3 main lasers right off Lightburn, which would be nice to only have one program to use for everything. But I got 2 smaller diodes lasers that won't work on 10 to begin with. They won't work with Lightburn. They're very cheap little things. They do a great job for what they are, but their size, their footprint size is at like 80 millimeter by 80 millimeter. It's not very big, but it works great if I want to do keychains or something like that. It's small, quick. Yeah, I wouldn't say quick. They are the slowest ones, but it's something that I can set up quicker. I don't need water cooling for it. I don't need to, with my other diode laser, I have to kind of pull it down and set it up. There's just, with these other ones, I can just kind of plug it in, throw the graphic in, and go. But again, like I said, I'm limited on my size. It works good if I'm doing keychains. If somebody orders a wooden keychain, needs it, or something like that, it works great. Because they're also, they're light wattage. So I have to, wood's about all I can really do with it. So, but otherwise, I'm still trying to figure out using the new library with everything, trying to get it all set up with each system, each laser having its own set of parameters. It's kind of a little ordeal in a way. And this stupid fly, the cat let in earlier, and he won't stop bugging me. Next row, or next few rings. Alright. Black and red. Some black, one red. See all these bunches. I hate these things. One black and red. Like I said, I don't know what it has been here lately. I've been getting a lot more. And, dealing with TRL is a pain in the butt. One black, one red. I've actually got 2 orders with them right now. Both will not be shipped anytime soon, according to them. 2 black, 1 red. Because each order has some stuff that's out of stock. I'm trying to deal with them and get parts of it canceled. Because I need these rings. They're out of so much stuff anyway. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, let's say 11. 1 black, 1 red, and 3. That'll be the end of this row, and hopefully everything lines up and we end properly. I've had a few times when I was doing the Mahomes where I'd get to the end and I either had an extra ring or I didn't have enough rings, so I'd have to go back through and double check my line. Normally it was something quick and easy, and I had a few that I had to kind of go back and, I mean, if you find it within that line before you start going further, it's much easier. So it wasn't, none of them were really all that difficult to fix, so that's nice. But I think the worst, like I said, the 3/16 16 gauge inlay I did was, I guess that would probably be the worst, because there was no way of fixing a mess up once you're past it. Well, I mean, you can, but it's literally taking every ring out to get back to it. The next hardest one that I had to fix was my punch tag lampshade that I had done with the mirrored punched rings. It's really nice. I liked it, but I had a screw up in that, and that was again a pain because the punched rings, you couldn't open those, so you had to make sure you got to the ring area. So there was a few screw ups on that took a little bit of time to fix, but they all worked out eventually. I mean, I always try to, if I have a screw up, I'm not going to sell a screw up, that's for sure. I'd rather fix it, and then I guess, yeah, everything else that I had a screw up in, I put it to the side and ended up coming back and fixing it later. So some took a little while, but most of the time I fix them right then, so I don't have to worry about it if it's easy enough to get to. Like I said, normally it's the harder ones that I kind of put to the side going, let me just come back to it. That's why I have that one little strip of, I've showed it several times, my strip of 3/16 16 gauge inlay I was doing. I think it was about line 10 or so, 12 maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Got into line 12 and seen a screw up. Oh, it was probably line 5-ish. And, yeah. I started that inlay over again, needless to say. And that one's just been sitting there ever since. I eventually will get back through it, pull it apart, fix it the way I want it, and keep it myself. The original one I made for the old band director the band I help out when she left. And so I have this little part screwed up one that I'll fix eventually, and it'll just become mine because it is my old school anyway too. So, like I said, I'm not seeing any comments. I think I have a place where I should be able to see them over here now, at least for tonight. So hopefully I'll catch them. If I don't see it right off the bat, give me a moment, because like I said, sometimes especially when it comes to YouTube and Twitch side, I need to make all this better. Like Sean runs over there, he uses a re-streamer type thing, might be called re-streamer, I forget the name of it. It helps you set all these things up and can kind of control it all from one area. It just costs money for what I would need it to do, and I just, you know, like I said, if I started getting a lot of streamer or a lot of followers that come and watch all the time, it might be a little different. You know, I get little stragglers here and there, and that's perfectly fine with me. I'm happy with those too. Anybody that shows up when they do, that's great, you know. But, you know, if I started getting more on a regular basis, it might be worth it. Which does remind me, we are still trying to get up to our 500 followers on Facebook. I think we're around 330 last time I checked. We picked up a few here and there. It's been a slow go. I don't expect it to be super fast, but if you're not following us over there on Facebook, give us a follow, give us a like, give us a thumbs up, all that good stuff. Try to get enough people here, and we'll start doing some more giveaways. I thought about just doing the giveaways the old way and just having them on the Facebook and doing them through a post. But I really want to do them through a live stream. Those are a little more fun, plus it kind of gives me a break while I'm working on stuff. And I can stop and do a giveaway. So I'll announce those when we do them. We've had a few this year already. I hope to do a few more before the year's out. Oh, I forgot to put the lid on my highlighter. So this is line 6. We've got a few more rings here. We'll finish this line up. Like I said, next week we will... Oh, I'm seeing something. Something popped up over there. Yeah, I see you, sort of. Let me see here. And we're going to have to pull that down further to see more. Alright, let's go there. And yeah, it looks like I'll be able to see them that way. It's just a little more difficult than watching them through my laptop. Like I said, I need to go play with this laptop a little more and see if I can get it to do what I want it to do properly. It's been getting worse and worse here lately. The more it wants me to update to Windows 11, the worse it seems to get. I think it's probably one of those my conspiracy theories for these companies that do this kind of crap. They'll make you think you're having problems, so it's time to update when they're creating the problems to make you update. So it looks like we hit the right ring count here, so that's good. And there's line 6. Alrighty. Like I said, not much to see yet. We're seeing a little bit of hair, I guess, right now. Not a whole lot. We'll start seeing more here in the next couple lines. But there wasn't a whole lot of border before we start seeing the hairline, the forehead, and stuff. Alright, so this is line 7. I'm going backwards, I gotta remember that. So, black, red, 3 black. And this is where I wish I had a helper that could kind of start setting these up and kind of just have them ready for me. I can just weave and never stop. That'd probably get tiring though after a while. Hands will get tired pretty quick. And red. These stupid stuck things. And this highlighter is crap. Who makes this low line? I don't know. It's the crappiest highlighter I've ever had. I had that other one that I used through so many inlays, and it finally ran out on me in the last inlay. And so I pulled this one out. I've never used it, and it's just shredding. It's just the tip is just coming apart on me. I'm like, really? I need to get another one of those others because I did like that one. So red, 2 black, red. 3, 6, 9, 12. I just want to make sure I was on the right count because I got a big 9 count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, come on. Rolled away on me. So we got 1 red, 2 black, do a few more here. 1 red, and then we'll stop at 3 black. 1 red, 3 black, 1 red, 3 black, 1 red. Here's 1, 2, and a 3rd. Come on, come apart. Alright, so we'll start on these now. So this is line 7 now, and what did I say? We're at 106 per row. So we're over 600 rings into this. Again, not a lot out of, what's my total going to be again? 10,176 rings will be in this inlay. Once it is done, it's a little bit different size than the Mahomes, but just barely. And that came down to when I was creating the graphic that I wanted to use to do this inlay. I just couldn't quite get it the same because I'm using a picture and I'm cropping out face, so I have to be limited in what I can use. This was actually, I have 3 pictures of this person that I could use, and this is the one I like the best for what I was going with within my overall. I think I would have chosen a different one if it was just going to be a single one by itself, but I went with this just because. There was another one that I kind of liked a little bit better, but like I said, I think it would work better as a single, not as in the larger piece this is going to be part of. So that's kind of why I went with this one. But Mahomes actually had 4 with Mahomes. I've actually got 3 of them out fully designed that I could do. All roughly about the same size. I just chose the one that I did because, again, I kind of liked it a little bit better as where I was going with as an overall piece. Because I didn't want all of them to be exactly the same per se. I thought, well, that would be kind of cool if I had them all, either they were all field pictures or maybe, all club pictures or whatever. And I was like, well, I kind of want to mix it up a little bit so that it doesn't look generalized. And, before it finally becomes a full piece, they'll be individual pieces. So I wanted to kind of get all that going. Oh, where are we at here? Just over 30 minutes. My stomach's getting a little queasy. That's the thing. It's like it'll get queasy for a little bit, and nothing has tasted good for a week. I mean, I still have taste, so I'm not sick like COVID or anything. I've got flavor. I can taste things, but nothing seems good. Every time I go to eat something, I get about half of it in, and it's like, I am so done. Which is probably part of the other problem because I've just not eaten hardly any. I think today I had a jelly sandwich and 1 taquito. That's all I've had today. Okay, quick looks again. Hopefully my hat's not getting in the way from overhead. When I was working on a little bit before the stream, I was way over the top of it. It's like, okay, I gotta back off or I'm gonna get used to this, and during the stream all you're gonna see is the back of my head again. Oh, going drop. I hate this drawer. I still need to put some wedges underneath this bench. Get a little more level. Like I said, it's got a slight. We're in the basement, so everything wants to flow to the drain, so the floor is not exactly flat, which throws off all my tables. Most of them, actually, quite a few of my things I have adjustable feet on, so I can adjust it to be even on unlevel floor. But these don't have that. Let's see here. I'm supposed to get some storming tonight. Some rain, which will be kind of nice. It's supposed to cool down a little bit for the next 2 days. Cool down into the, 88. That's cool compared to what we have been, I guess. Had a little bit of rain last night, but not much. It was a little sprinkle spangle when I got up this morning. Make sure I didn't screw those up. Thought I moved them again. Had them sitting out earlier when I first set up my first line for today before I got streaming. And hit my arm across them, messed them all up. Had to go back there and reorder them again. Come on, get on through there. I didn't open you up for enough, did I? I didn't. It's like my smartphone. I hate that stupid thing. I talked about it before, how every time I'd go to type good, it would type void as autocorrect. Now my fours are furs. They're F-O-R, they're F-I-Rs. I hate that. And when I try to correct them, I have to say, yes, this is correct instead. Otherwise, and I've tried to turn off autocorrect, and that was awful. I don't know what I did and changed, but I changed something else, and I was like, okay. Well, and then, what was it, 3 or 4 days ago, the phone was telling me, hey, it's time to update your software. We need to update it and everything. I was like, okay. So I went and did that, and I thought everything was fine, but one thing I have now noticed with the update, and I don't know if there's a setting change or I just need to reinstall the software for my security cameras, but I no longer get notifications immediately. It seems like I'm not sure, but it does seem like the software is only checking if it has any movement once an hour, because I'm only getting a notification about once an hour. About an hour after it gets activated, I get a notification that your camera is activated. And it's like, well, thank you. I think that was like 45 minutes one time, but most of them have been like 50-something minutes or so before I get a notification. Kind of pointless. It's kind of driving me nuts a little bit. You know, you like technology, but I also hate the stupid stuff. 4 black. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 red, 1 black. I'm going to put a few out here and see if I can this won't help me. 1 red, 1 black. And black eyes. Black. Dark rose. And 7 black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pull the right amount at least. And black eyes. Oh, this highlighter is sucking bad, man. I'm definitely gonna have to find another one after tonight, because this thing's just flaring out more and more I use it. It's hard to just highlight one line right now because of the way it's flaring out on me. Black. Okay. Another dark rose. Black. That's black. Two black. And of course they're stuck together. 1 black eye, so I'm going to stop there. Yeah, see, that thing's just becoming awful. I said 1 black eyes, right? Yeah. Alrighty, let's get into doing these next. Where we at on the line here? Pull this down a little bit. Maybe I'll try to stay out of hitting those with my hand. But the cat was trying to get in. Surprised he hadn't come in hearing me talking. He normally comes running. But he got a good mental loving before the stream started tonight. My daughter was doing the cat litter. He loves when she does the cat litter because he gets loving, and he was wallering everywhere, being his silly old self. Though I will say this morning, I can definitely, you know, he's been on his shots for a good year now, if not a little bit more. And he's definitely getting a build up from getting the shot so often, because I went to shooting this morning and bent my needle. Now, these are thin needles, so I mean, it doesn't take much. And I've done it before, even on a not so hard spot, but yeah, he's definitely getting a lot tougher up around the neck. I've tried to do him they say you can do him in the thigh. I don't like that as much, because if you're scruffing him and you get him in the neck, you're kind of pinning him a little bit because you got him by the neck, and that's how you kind of stop them from moving. You get around the back, they can turn around and bite you. He's never bitten me, though. I mean, we've had him 12 years, 13 years, and he's never bitten me. He snaps at me. He's love nibbled a few times, but I don't know how he's going to feel about a needle going back in there, and so it's like, I think I'm probably going to have to try to figure out something, try to change it up a little bit for a little, you know, so he doesn't have so much scar tissue. I wish there was a better way of doing it. I wish I only had to give him a shot once a day. It would be a lot nicer. I think they have some other medication that can be one a day, but we've kind of, he would need to see the vet again. We don't want to take him back to our normal vet that we had been using for him ever since we've had him, because we're trying to switch vets. But if we switch vets, that means they're not just going to take the other vet's word for it. So it means all the blood work, all the other stuff that he's gone through, you have to have all that stuff redone, and that's just going to be a huge bill. And it's like, he's already costing us a bunch a month as is. His insulin is not cheap, and then insulin from humans is not cheap to begin with, and it seems like animal insulin is even worse. Like I said, that's $150 for a while for him, not counting all the needles and all that good stuff. But well, we gotta do what we gotta do. I love the little turds, so you know, what else can I do? I mean, you could do something, but I want to give him the best life he can possibly have, so we'll deal with it. And checking around here again, where we at? 43 minutes, so we're definitely past halfway. We'll probably be able to finish up this line, hopefully, before we end tonight, which would be a nice thing to do. Like I said, though, I don't have any other things. I don't actually have any laser orders for tomorrow, which sucks in a way, but again, I've been feeling great, so that's, in a way, I'm like, okay. And at this point in time, I don't have any plan on doing any testing tomorrow on the lasers either, just because of the way I've been feeling. I figure, you know, if I get any work done tomorrow, I'll hopefully get a little bit of this, because the other thing I have been working on, and that has been taking up more of my time, is working up the tutorial for the wormhole cube, because I had to use different rings, or different large rings for it, and it's totally changed my count. So I finally figured out everything, I believe. I just need to totally finish it one and make sure we're good. I'm taking pictures as I'm going along, so I can do the tutorial. So I'm setting up the pages on the computer to get the tutorial going, okay, this is mostly in my head. I'm trying to plan it. I'm putting in some you know, temporary placeholders in the program where I'm running the tutorial. So hopefully it's taken a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but it being I'm basically starting over from scratch, because it's just it is a different ring count. Totally, each row is totally different ring count, and I'm adjusting a little bit more on the inside to hopefully make it a little easier one, and hopefully a little bit tighter, even though it's fairly tight as is. But I won't know till I fully get this new version fully put together, and that's what I have to get to before I can really start using the pictures that I took because if it doesn't work, I'll have to retake all the pictures anyway, using a different count here and there. So this tutorial is definitely taking me longer than I was hoping for, but you know, it is what it is. It's like everything else. I want to make sure it's going to be good, though. I don't want to. I could have just gone with what I had, but then, like I said, when I realized that the ring size weren't going to work and nobody could find these 4-inch rings that I was using originally, so I had to get. I already had 4-inch rings that I was going to use it. That I already had for other things that I use for my wall hangings, but I needed a. They just they're about at least an 1/8 inch smaller, and then the rings themselves were actually thicker than the others. So it's kind of a trade-off. In a way, it's a little bit better. In a way, it's not. So it's kind of one of those weird areas. All right, there's some more ring count here. Unfortunately, like I said, I'll need a computer that can count out rings and put them on a little conveyor belt for me. That would be the best. I could probably figure out how to do that. It would probably take me a couple of years, but I could probably figure out some way of doing that. Or I could go to the school and find somebody in robotics class saying, "Hey, this is what I need. Help me." Actually, no one. There's a band. Is he baritone? I don't remember. His parents are part of the board, but he's in robotics class and has had some robotics trips. Red. Yeah. I was like, that's what I need. I need to have a robot guy that can kind of, I know some of it, but there are some things I don't know that I could figure out. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's a lot of things I can figure out on my own. It's a matter of having the time to figure them out, though, is always the issue. Alright, how many do I need here on this one? 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I pulled out the right amount again. It's happened quite a few times here. 1 red. 3 black. 3. Oh, that one's a broken cutting. 1, 2, 3. 1 red, 1 black, and we'll probably call it quits there. And then there's not going to be a whole lot left on for this last run, but what happened to this laptop? So the laptop is also where I'm playing the music, the background music from, so that also gives me issues. On this, for some reason, I can watch on my system, on Windows 7, I can put it on YouTube, and if I put it on one of those things where you continue play, it'll just, like Facebook, go and go and go. On the laptop, Windows 7, on YouTube, I get 30 minutes. If I'm not interacting with the YouTube page, it stops. Again, I don't know if that's YouTube, the laptop, combination of both, but it does not happen on my other laptop on Windows 7 or my desktop. In a way, when I first started doing the streams, I was trying to stream it through the laptop, and I'm glad it didn't work right off the bat, because I think it would have been more of a headache down the road if I would have figured out how to use the laptop for this, and then it started giving me these kind of problems. Giving quick checks. I'm not seeing any comments anywhere else, I don't think. Seen the wife posted some for me so I could see if I could see them. I think she's gone now, and I'm actually watching YouTube. Well, the other screen was working. That's the thing. This other screen on the laptop is working just fine. It's not locking up the pictures. The only thing is I can't see comments. Video works fine, but no comments. If I want to watch comments, I can't watch a video. Well, actually, I can't. If the video stops, the comments seem to stop too. Facebook for you. The bane of my existence. It's like you gotta have Facebook, but you hate it. I guess you don't have to have it, but it drives me nuts. There was something else they changed up the other day too. I forget what it was. I was having a problem. I was like, what's going on? It's because they changed up something in Facebook again, and all their ads, I constantly go through. Anytime I see an ad, I put it on there. I said, hide ad, irrelevant, hide all ads from. And that's the process I go through. And there are some times where, I'll probably do that 100 times, blocking all these things. But I've noticed Facebook doesn't seem to care. Once a month, I still, every month, the beginning of the month, and this is the beginning of June, so it doesn't surprise me, Degree, the antiperspirant, deodorant Degree, their ads constantly show for me. And it's like, you guys must think I'm stinky or something, but I've canceled those ads every month for a year now, and I still constantly get them. I don't necessarily mind some ads, but Facebook, it's like you go through the wall. One, I hate that the wall doesn't show you in order what's going on. Show me the newest. I always have to go click the button to see the newest stuff in order. When I just go to the home, it just puts what it wants. And even when you pick it the other way, every third post in the wall is an ad or a suggested for you. I don't watch any of these other things. I don't need a suggestion. Just stop showing me this crap, because all I end up doing is just blocking these people. I don't necessarily want to block them, but I'm tired of, I have to scroll forever to see what's going on, it seems like. And it just irritates the crap out of me. If I didn't necessarily have to have Facebook, I probably wouldn't have a Facebook. Where did you go? There you are. Just realized I didn't wash my hands all that great after, shortly before I started the stream, the daughter came over. She dropped off the grandkid. We got our oldest grandkid spending the night with us tonight, Wyatt. I was going to have him on the stream. I thought about it for a half second, but when I got ready, close near screen time, I went to see what he's going, and he went out with the daughter, so wasn't able to get him in to do that. But she came over. She's having problems with the car, so I was looking at it. We were messing with the radiator. We had our radiator problems. Now she's having problems. But she got some bad advice from somebody on how to fill her radiator. She has a radiator cap. If you need to fill the radiator, take the cap off, fill the radiator. Somebody told her, no, you don't need to do that. Just fill up the extra. And I'm like, not on this type of car. Our car, yes. Our vehicle has to fill up the radiator, you have to use the reserve. But it's up high. The hose will leak down and drain into the radiator once you fill that. It's a little slow, but her reservoir is down to the bottom. There's no way for it to fill up the radiator from filling that up, because the hose that fills, it comes up the top and around. And so she'd been filling that up, but she said she was still overheating. It's like, because your radiator has nothing in it. It's not getting into your radiator. So I kind of walked her through some things today and showed her. Hopefully she didn't have a problem. I need to see. I meant to send her a message before the stream, see if she got home okay and everything. But I told her, on your way home, stop, get some antifreeze, because I didn't fill it up with what we had. We didn't have any antifreeze ourselves. We'd used up the last bit, so I need to go get some for ourselves anyway. But we put some water in it, filled it up a little bit. She only lives, like 2.5 miles down the road or something like that, so it's not very far. She had to drive. It's like, get you some, go home, let it cool, put this in there, see how things go. So hopefully things will work out better for her. With all the problems we had with ours, it took months. Where did I stop? On a black, okay. Months trying to figure out what was on with ours, and I think we finally got it for the most part figured out. But it got so hot so many times, it could be all mental, but I swear I still smell the overheat on it every time I drive it. Again, it could be my brain, because there are some times when there's no music going on, but my brain puts music there. It's like there's something going on here. You're hearing it when there's nothing there. Happens quite often. My brain it's like if you watch a video and it's muted, but there's sometimes I feel like I'm still hearing it. It's like I muted it, but I'm still hearing it. What's going on? No, that's all in your brain. My brain does that a lot. Yeah, I heard some fireworks out there. Must be getting past 8. Yeah, at 8:30. About 9 o'clock they'll really start up till about 10. They've been pretty decent shutting them down about 10, 10:30. And then you'll hear the occasional, once every hour up till I go to bed, I'll still hear some. But hopefully this will be the last week of it. Like I said, I don't mind fireworks, but I've had too many close calls. I don't know if you've seen the video out there on some of the news sites and places of that family in their front yard that was shooting them off, and it blew up. That's what happened to me, and that's why I don't shoot them off anymore. That's exactly why, because it was like, no, that's enough. Now, granted, it wasn't quite as bad as that, but still, when it starts going off and you basically lose control, yeah, I don't want to do it anymore. Alright, let's finish off this row here. 2 black. 1 red, 1 black. Red and a black. Red, 2 black. Like I said, not a whole lot to finish off this row here. Dark rose and a black. So that's all we had there to finish off this row. As long as our count ends up there properly. Like I said, if that comes off, we'll have to figure out where we screwed up. Now this thing won't even... It's gotten so frayed. Am I on this camera? No, I'm on this camera. I can't even put it back in the lid. Inside the lid, there's a little hole that it's supposed to go into, and now it won't fit in there. It won't close. It's frayed so much. Can I flatten it? Yeah, no. Well, kind of. I guess enough to close at that time, but yeah, I'm going to have to find me another highlighter, because that one sucks. I've got several. I'll just gotta go find them. I had a couple more like the orange one I had, because it was actually a 4-pack. It had a pink and an orange, yellow, maybe a green. I just don't know where they went. Got to find them though, because those were nice highlighters compared to this. Now I don't know if it's because I'm using it on printed pages. I've had several of these, and I've never had a problem with them when I'm doing normal highlighting of other things, but maybe it's because I printed this and I'm using it on printed paper. I don't know. Could be just crappy one. You know, before I've used them, I guess when I've used my highlighters in the past, I've never really heavily used them until I started doing inlays. Then that's when I started getting heavy highlighter usage, I guess. Before that, it was just minor here and there if I just needed to highlight something on a bill. So it was just a quick little line or two here. Or if I printed out something and I needed just a paragraph of it, you know, a couple little lines there. So I had printed out on paper and highlighted, but I was using the orange highlighter when I did that last time, I remember. But yeah, I'm going to have to find me a new highlighter because this one sucks. I messed my orange one already. I didn't throw it away, did I? Yeah, I did. I was going to save it. And I was like, no, that's stupid. And I threw it away. Now I don't remember the brand name. If I can find the others, I guess the others would have the brand name on it. So I can get some more. All I know is they were liquid highlighters, not like these. You could actually see the liquid in them. So, where are we at on our time anyway here? 58 minutes, so we'll finish up this line. We got 3 more rings left here, and let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, no. Okay, yeah, that's what it was. So we'll finish up this line. This will be line 7, and then we'll close up the stream for tonight. Let's see here. We've got next week should be a normal week, back for kind of normal stuff. There's a few band things going on, not full band stuff, but hopefully this weekend I'll be able to get most of the website band stuff done and not have to worry about that either. So, what other holiday do we got coming up here soon? I thought there was another holiday. Maybe it's all in my head. I don't know. So, there's this line. Like I said, I don't know this whole thing. Yeah, it's probably not going to fit in the screen. I guess it does. So, I know the other one would, but there's where we're at, line 7. I guess I'm on the other camera anyway. Let me go ahead and get back over to my face cam here. So we'll go ahead and close out tonight's stream. I want to thank everybody for dropping in tonight, checking us out. I know I always have some little issues here, but I'm glad anybody that drops in, if you're watching us later, I appreciate that too. Don't forget to give like, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Today is Thursday, so we won't be back till Monday. Very doubtful I'll get a stream in this weekend. You never know, though. Like I always say, just keep an update. Look at our web pages on Facebook, and we'll try to keep you updated there. So otherwise, I hope you all have a great weekend, and we will catch you back here on Monday. So have a good weekend. Peace.